Morning, Lee here. I'm really excited this morning because it's 1 month until my first Play Our Preludes concert. So yes, I'm really looking forward to it. You can see that I've got a name badge, Fraser, and I'm not Fraser. But Fraser from Living Rhythm, Fraser Bruce, has actually loaned us all of these instruments, hand percussion, for us to play at my concert. So for the last 5 pieces, which are all Latin, you'll be able to take one of these percussion instruments and play along with me. Actually, quite a number of these instruments are made from found objects because Fraser's company, Living Rhythm, they put on events, but they also make instruments. So I hope by showing you some of these, you might be inspired to make your own instrument. So yeah, feel free to make your own instrument and bring it along with you. But yeah, now we're going to have a look and see all the types of things that we've got here that you can play if you come to the concert. So I'll put your name badge over here, Fraser. So firstly we have got bells. So there's 3 sets here of ankle bells. So you can tie them up like this, tie them around like that, and so there's that one there. That's quite a, I guess that's a lower sound, sort of a middle one. And then we've got a high one here. You can tie them any size. It's amazing how these sounds cut through. They actually, yeah, they really cut through. So we'll hear you if you play those ones. Now we'll move over to the seeds. Here we have seed bracelets. So you can put this around your wrist and then you grab onto them. And different size seeds have slightly different sounds. These are slightly bigger seeds than those ones. Just got a lower sound. And then look at these ones. Oh, they're very big, much bigger, aren't they? So the sound's going to be lower. Awesome sound. Love it. Now, these ones over here are actually already made into bracelets. You can just put the bracelet on. Quite loud, I think, aren't they? Because that's definitely going to cut through. We've got a couple of different size bracelets there. That one's slightly smaller. And then here we've got some classic maracas. They're classic Latin instruments. This one's a bit lower sounding because you can see the bell is slightly bigger than the other one. So yes, maracas. Now we'll move over to see the shakers. So here we have some very little cute smiley shakers, which you might like to use for kids of all ages. Make quite a neat sound, don't they? And then we have the classic egg shaker. So they fit so nicely into your hand. And depending on whether you close or open your hand, you've got different sounds. So if you move it quickly, then it throws the beads inside against the outside of the instrument. So it's quite a neat sound. And you've got ones of different sizes, so you'll get slightly different notes out of them. And we've got these film canisters. You could use, if you want to make your own one, basically any kind of container with a lid. So you take the lid off and then you can put inside it, you can put rice, you can put unpopped corn, you could put seeds, you could put nails, anything that you like in it. And then you've got a shaker. So like the other ones I showed you here, which have different sounds depending on whether you close your hand or not. If you have, you can see that's quite a dead sound because I'm holding the lid there, but if I open it and I don't hold the lid, it's got a different sound. So you can make a range of different sounds with just a simple little thing like that. It's really neat, isn't it? Now, this is a very cool instrument. One of my favourite percussion instruments. This is the cabasa, and it's got a metal threads on it onto a metal backing. So you use it against your hand and you twist using this hand. So you've got that to move the metal, and you're going to twist it here. It's very cuts through a lot, that sound. Now we've got some fruit shakers over here. This is the banana shaker. Now, while this is just fun, you know, it's a very fun thing for kids, it's actually really interesting because it has a different shape and a different size, so the way that what's inside resonates is actually a little bit different. So as much as this is a fun shape, it actually is quite an interesting, unique sound. We've got the apple shaker, and we have the avocado shaker. Quite a neat, very loud sound, that one. And here's another shaker here. So you can see, got a slightly different thing inside that. It's got a maybe short grain rice or something. And then this is one of my favourite creations of Fraser. It's got a metal bottom to it, and we repurposed a part of a basket that might have been, broken. So we've made an instrument out of found objects, and then there's nails inside. So what happens is that when you shake it, the nails are going to hit the metal part here. So we'll have a listen to the nail shaker. It's actually quite a loud sound, and it's got a very unique character to it. So yeah, the nail shaker. We've got another type of shaker here. When shakers are cylindrical like that, you can play them with a bigger range of motion. So it's a neat cylindrical shaker. And we've got a couple more here that Fraser's made. We've got a Tupperware container here with unpopped popcorn in there. It's interesting how it's got a triangular base to this. It makes the corn go into a different direction, different sound. And then this here, to me it looks sort of like a bullet. This is made out of found objects, so we've got two wooden coasters here, almost like what you'd find on the bottom of a bed or a chair leg. And then we've got a piece of pipe here, something like maybe what you'd find in your plumbing. So they've kind of put interesting things together. Inside we've got some stones, so here's what this one sounds like. It's actually really neat sound, quite loud, so yeah, you can have an experiment with things lying around your house. Now I'll move over to the bells. Rooster shakers for kids of all ages. And then we have sleigh bells. Really is a very cool sound, isn't it? And then we have a range of tambourines here. Now some of these tambourines just have the bells on them. This is a hand tambourine. And these ones just have bells as well. So we've got a couple of those semicircular tambourines. And then we've got this one here. This is a frame drum, which means it's a skin here. So experiment with playing. You can use a stick, you've got to be very careful on these skins though. It's a rim sound. But this one here, Fraser's actually put some metal circles on. I guess these are almost like on your key rings. So there's actually a shake element now to this percussion instrument too. Really neat sound, isn't it? Very different. And then this is a very special instrument I've had for a while. It's from Egypt. So you know these sounding tambourines got a jingle sound to it. But I feel like this one's more of a jangle in a way, isn't it? It's like rattly. So you can play the drum and it'll rattle. A bit more drum-like. Then you can shake it as well. And you've got a, you'll see there that bit's worn where someone's held their finger there. You can definitely shake this one as well. Oh, really interesting having ones that come from different countries. And lastly, we'll move over to the wood blocks. So here we have two bits of log. You'll see they've been crafted to be similar sizes, lengths, and we can hold this cradle one to give us its own little natural resonant chamber, makes quite a neat sound. You can buy ones that have been specially designed with wood called claves, but you can make your own ones like Fraser has here. Quite a nice sound, those ones. So those are sticks. And we have a range of wood blocks here. Now this one here is actually a frog shape, and you can see that the resonant chamber is actually its mouth, so the sound is literally coming out of its mouth. It's very neat. So we have a frog block. This is a more traditional wood block. You can see that they've got the resonant chamber here. You can see how there's different sounds depending on when I play it. That's probably the sweet spot. Each wood block will have its own sweet spot. You can experiment to find out where that is. And here's a cowbell. This one's quite a small one. You can get them in all different sizes. You've got that's open sound. If you're holding it, you can do combinations. So that's the cowbell. And then we have two sets here of a go-go bells. If you look at these, there's actually a smaller sort of cowbell and a bigger cowbell. And the smaller and bigger one, they're kind of sort of in pairs. This one here, this one's got a stick. That's just a hardwood stick that makes a nice sound from that one. And the stick, this one is actually almost like chopstick, almost shapes there, been bound together to make the stick for this one. So if we hold on to it here, this is a really neat sound. You can really go to town on that instrument. So I hope you found something interesting today in all of these instruments and can see something that you'd like to have a go at, or something that you might like to make your own version of. So I look forward to seeing you, particularly at the first one, if you'd like to come on Sunday the 4th of May, 3 o'clock at the Blockhouse Bay Boat Club. See you there.